So this is our resort at the Scottsdale Links. Balcony. We have a great 2-bedroom. The blue car is our car. Dodge Charger. You can see we have a dining room, huge kitchen, TV, it's the living room area.
It's actually a nicely arranged utility kind of
Kitchen.
efficiency kitchen.
Little dining room. We have 2 bedrooms. So this is the one where we're throwing all our stuff. Kind of just an okay closet. I'm not sure there's a... There we go. And then, so we have a bathroom in here. And then we come back around and a washer and dryer in the room. A little cubby hole here. And then this is the master bedroom. Nice size. TV.
No chest of drawers.
No chest of drawers though. The master closet, which is huge. It's a walk-in. And a master bath. Shower. And there you go. So that's the Phoenix Scottsdale area over there. We're at the Lloyd Wright house. Got some dogs going crazy in the background.
What started that?
Over there is where the house is. We're going to basically take a sunset tour where they light things up neat and all that. We're here a little early so we could get some more or less daylight pictures.
These birds are chipmunks really good.
Look like quail.
Okay.
Strange window. Looks like this might actually be built partway underground. Suppose we'll get back there a little later. This is some more of the house area. And this part of the house is, I think she said 2/3 underground.
Right here at the front. So oh yeah. All right. I'm sorry if I delayed. Guess the sun is going down over the mountains. It's not too bad.
We're going to come out in front of the main building. Most of the spaces in this building are still private to people that live here. The studio is still private because some of Frank Lloyd Wright's apprentices, of course, are still living. They're still working as architects. 2 of them spend the entire year here. This is their office. And real soon we'll have 4 or 5 more coming. Well, we're going to look at the main building here. Frank Lloyd Wright's office that we're in, this building here, and his home, which is over here, you see the all of this was built between 1937 and late 1940 and 1941. It took about 4 Lincolns to construct. Built in the late 30s after the first one was destroyed in a desert wash during the first heavy rain out here. And interestingly, there's a story by a former female student that she was actually working in that kitchen out in the wash and left for about 30 minutes and just got back, the food was gone. Now, of course, Wright needed electricity, so from the very first winter, he had a small diesel generator, and it was able really to power this building, his studio, maybe his office, but not his home. And so they got used to using kerosene lamps over here in their home for years, until finally he bought power from the power lines. But it took him a while to agree to do that. He did not pay them. The area into the kitchen and on beyond. The kitchen and the studio are much higher ceilings, but this is a typical Wright device, and if you've been to his buildings, you've probably seen it. Quite often the dining room has a low ceiling because he does not intend you to stand up. Okay? The dining room is for sitting. He doesn't really like to waste space.
Well, it's really hard to see. It's a dragon sculpture that's blowing fire. Unfortunately, fire's a little too much for the night vision. This is the living room of his house. this roof.
Okay, well, we'll begin Wright's living room or garden room, as he called it, here for a few minutes. Now, you not only come in a low door, but you come through another one of his ideas, and that is to get rid of the European-style foyer. Okay, so many Queen Anne and Victorian homes, classical European mansions built, of course, in America, have this grand foyer. And there is a great restored Queen Anne home down in downtown Phoenix. It's going to be around a while. The Rawson House, built in 1895, completely restored. And you go in the front door, you see...
Take another one.
Oh, that's a door to go out. We're going to go out that door just a few minutes. This is a private alcove that is used.
It's the garden area outside the living room.
There's a curtain out there, huh?
Now, when you do come over here, you can't
No,
really
there's a
see it at
malfunctioning
night,
sprinkler.
but right
Yeah.
And she does live here today. She was a student at UCLA in the 1940s and came here to be one of Wright's students. Okay, if the last person will please shut this door. Now, you will see, and you probably did see a glass door here on the left. In the very corner of the two wings was their bathroom, the only bathroom they had in their home for many winters. The small one was eventually put in here. Thank you.
I think that was
That
the
way I'll walk in
bathroom there.
there while we're looking at the bedrooms. Okay. All right. Well, I hope you find this area very interesting. It really is the heart of how Wright lived out here. His widow used the entire wing after her husband died. She died in 1985. It was made into offices. So the restoration project had to gut everything, rebuild the steel structure to look like it did originally. This reflects the 1950s, okay? Very casual, very open, comfortable living. What you see here is probably a room their daughter used. She was around 12. And of course, they're not going to come around when people are there. They want to get away from people, but the minute you leave for a few hours, they will. One morning, one of the maintenance people opened up these glass doors to this room and a bobcat ran out. It had been shut in here for the night. Because on nights
That's back over at the dining room again.
that, up in Chicago was an outdoor garden that Wright designed, Midway Gardens. It was torn down, but he designed all these spirit figures for the garden, and very, very few originals remain today, and they're all in museums or private hands. Wright was asked if he was upset that his garden... That's right. But he does live live here and does sell her works of art. So if you are an art collector, she's happy to talk to you. You can call back the main number and ask for her. She generally does about 2 sculptures a year. She's been doing this about 30 years and generally sells her work to private collectors. If you go up to the spire up there at Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard and Scottsdale Road, there is a park next to it. Structural supports for a roof of the great Johnson administration building in Wisconsin based upon that plant.
That's the city of Phoenix again. It's quite a bit darker. Doesn't really